Hey, hello everybody. How are you guys today? Whoa, it has been a good day, busy day, one of those productive days. Yeah, that's the one that, what was it, Lupe always said, or Tamara said, that I always looked like I was like feeling really energetic when I had had a productive day. I think I did pretty well. It was a couple frustrating things, but I got through them. But I also made a bigger mess than I started. Isn't that how it always goes when you're doing things and getting through them and all of that good stuff? Let's just check here. Let's see my sound levels. Yep, they are there. Almost had that hidden. So it's a beautiful day here in the Northwest. It is a light breeze outside, very light. Just enough the air's moving. It's about 81. It's just been gorgeous, glorious day. But one of those kind of days where I got focused on certain things this morning and completely almost forgot and missed a chiropractor's appointment, which was definitely a needed thing to control my vertigo today and this week. But other things, I came back and I got some stuff done. So I'm pleased. I hope everybody else finds those little bitty things that you could do that make it, that you get things accomplished. I had to do some posts for Two Waters Arts Alliance and schedule them out for the art walk coming up in just 2 weeks. And I was just so bored with just the posts. So I pulled the pictures of people's stuff into Canva and spruced them up a little bit and got some of my creative stuff going that way. It's always kind of fun to play around in Canva. So who do we have here tonight? We have Tamara and Larry. I saw that Larry was laughing at me because I had the wrong camera on and I was waving at you with my hand. And Linda, Larry, I saw Angel. Angie, how are you? I hope I think it was your back that was bugging you the other day when you were pouring. Yeah. I can give you a lot of tricks and tips about that, my friend. I've been dealing with a bad back since I was 15. So that's, I think, when I cracked my tailbone the first time and broke my tailbone and then herniated a disc and did all kinds of stuff. But now I'm doing good. I'm doing much better. So I was, I have a couple of pictures that Julia sent, and she had sent them a couple days ago, and I missed them. So I think I'm going to show you Julia's, yeah. Just, Linda, you're just a wild child. Farm girl, grew up on, thought youngest of 4 kids, thinks she can do anything that the rest of them can do, even though that means falling out of the tree and doing all kinds of stuff. Oh my gosh. My daughter posted a picture or an Instagram story tonight of my 6-year-old. He'll be 7 is he 7? I think he'll be, oh no, he is 7 now. He's 7 now. And climbing a tree. And maybe he's 6. He might be 6, that's right. And he was way up there. I mean, way. He is just a goat. He's been a mountain goat since he was little. They used to take him hiking up in the Russian Alps up near Trinity in California. And yeah. So anyway, just scrambling around, and I was just a wild child, and I pay for it, but I do better. I keep it going. I keep moving. So tonight, first, I don't know if Julie is on yet, and if She is, if she comes on later, I'll show her again so she can see them. It's Australia's winter. Ah. So this was Julia's a couple pours that she did. Yeah, Tamara, it's extra. It was 81. I went out and sat outside for a while just so that the sun could warm up my back, and that made me feel better. So these were, she sent me these the other day. Julia did. So pretty. Absolutely lovely. And then the other one are some glass vases that she poured over. That's really nice. I like both of those. That sounds cold. Yeah, don't they look cool? Both of her things look really cool. I love the green, and I love both of them actually. I like the green colors in this one are really fascinating to me. And then the composition of the other one, the browns, the blues, and that lighter blue, it just very feels like oceans. And then these vases, yeah, that's cool. Really like them. Really do. One looks like stone. Yeah, it does. It does. And the other one, the green one, looks like I was able to see the early film of a documentary that this guy Ian Shive did of Midway Island and the national park there, and the pictures he had above the water of the colors were very much like that. Malachite. Oh, malachite, one of my favorite stones. So tonight I have 2 books for you again. And let's see, I think I'm going to go down here to, have I got Bree? Yes. The first book I'm going to read, both books, I'm going north for us, Canadian and British. The first book is called Usha and the Stolen Sun, and it's by Bree Galbraith, and it's illustrated by Josée Bisaillon. So here's Bree's website, and she says, "Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm a children's book author." I love that she identifies herself that way. "I like writing stories that inspire adults and kids to think critically about the world around them and the ways in which we can challenge the systems in place to create change. I use my books as a way to amplify the voices of my children and those close to me. I hold a master's degree in creative writing from the University of British Columbia and a master's degree in communication design from Emily Carr University. I live in the heart of beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia with my family and our dog." Scroll down for a list of my new and upcoming titles she has. Oh, Wednesday Wilson. Oh my goodness. It's interesting that she went to UBC. That was my second choice of schools to go to. I went to the University of Washington, but my second choice, well, really it was one of my first choices. I wanted to go to the University of British Columbia or Simon Fraser, up in Vancouver. But I ended up going to the UW, which was good. So this is the author. The illustrator is Josée Bisaillon illustration. What is that about here? Home. English, not in French. I don't want it I want it in English. She has a fair number of picture books that she's done. An illustrator, book covers. She's gotten Canadian Picture Book Awards, Governor's General Literary Awards, all different kinds. And about herself, as a young girl, she loved drawing cats and houses. She really enjoyed school and always returned home full of stories to tell. She liked being in the classroom so much that she pursued her education all the way to university, where she studied graphic design. It was there that she fell in love with illustration. And since 2005, with scissors and brushes in hand, Josée has illustrated more than 30 children's books, as well as magazines and newspapers for adults all around the world. She lives just outside Montreal with her spouse, their 3 children, 1 hairless cat, and many paper characters. That's pretty funny. This is also a book done with collage. So we're going on my continued theme with collage and connections. Oh, hi, Julia. You're here. We just showed your stuff that you sent me. I'll go back. So Julia, this one, you can tell them a little bit about, we were talking about the color. We thought this one on the left had some stone quality to it, but it's really lovely. And then the other one, the green one, looks like malachite, was the thoughts. And then the vases, go forward, are absolutely stunning. Just stunning. Such a pretty cool. Okay. And then we were just talking about the author of this book, and this is the cover of it, Usha and the Stolen Sun. And the quote that starts the book out, "Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder." That was, that's a quote from Rumi. Yeah. All right. So, Usha and the Stolen Sun. Let's see, what does it say about the, it is collage. Yep. Usha and the Stolen Sun by Bree Galbraith, illustrated by Josée Bisaillon. Get just a little more brightness for you on the book. If I can find where I put those. There they are. Here. I have the ability with eCam to give sometimes a little bit more brightness or saturation there so that maybe you can see it if it's better contrast. It's another one where the background is done in some muted tones to go that help to tell the story in its own way in that. And it's not, temperature is not, it's far more gray than that. There we go. That's more true to color so that you could see it more true to color. There we go. Usha was born under a gray sky. In her town, the sun hadn't shone for as long as anyone could remember. Anyone, that is, but her grandfather. When grandfather was little, he played in the sun. From the moment it climbed into the sky until it dropped back down at night, everyone did. Where did it go? Usha asked as she settled in for one of grandfather's many stories. Oh, one day, he explained, they built the biggest wall we've ever seen, brick by brick, and it blocked out the sun. Why, grandfather? I couldn't imagine why, but I was only a child. Who, grandfather, who were they? They were the people who made the rules. Why didn't you yell and scream and make them stop? We did, Usha, whispered grandfather, but they were unmoved. She puts a sign on the door that says, "Went to bring back the sun." Each time her grandfather told the story, it became harder and harder for him to remember. "It's been too long, my Usha," grandfather told her. "I'm afraid I will never feel the sun again." Usha decided to do something. Working from her grandfather's stories, Usha began to walk east in search of the sun. On the first day, she saw clouds pouring rain into puddles as big as swimming pools. Tigers. On the second day, she walked through a forest of fog as thick as soup. On the third day, Usha saw something that stopped her in her tracks. She gave it a sniff. Was this the smell of sunshine? Usha hurried onward until night fell. Exhausted, she lay her blanket next to an enormous rock and fell asleep. The next morning, Usha opened her eyes. She couldn't believe what she saw. It wasn't a rock she was curled up against, but a wall. Usha pushed the wall. She kicked the wall, and she tried without any luck at all to climb the wall. Finally, Usha faced the wall and said, "Wall, I have come all this way. Now move." The wall didn't respond. "Wall," said Usha louder this time, "you are in my way. Now move." Nothing happened. "Wall!" Usha shouted at the top of her lungs. "Move!" A brick began to wiggle. "Who said that?" asked a voice from behind the wall. Usha imagined one of the people from her grandfather's stories. "I am Usha." The brick stopped moving. Then Usha saw another brick shift back and forth. "Why are you yelling?" asked another voice. "I am here for the sun," Usha shouted. The brick was rammed back into place. Out of breath, Usha remembered what grandfather had told her. He had yelled, but they were unmoved. Usha studied the wall. Then she whispered, "I want the sun." Several bricks began to shift. "What did you say?" asked a boy. "Shh, I can't hear from behind this silly old wall," said another voice. "I am here for the sun," Usha sang quietly into the wall. Then she began to share grandfather's stories. Some were sad and made Usha cry. Others were funny and she laughed aloud. Many of the stories made Usha angry. She shared them all as brick after brick was removed. And just as Usha was almost out of words, the wall began to shake. The wall began to sway. And with a giant rumble, the wall crashed to the ground. When the dust cleared, Usha climbed the pile of bricks and saw children. She's just like us, one whispered. But now the sun shines on me too. And that moment, she felt the sun for the first time. It was warmer, brighter than words could have ever described. Through valleys and forests, over hills and mountains, Usha ran west. She watched the sun peek through the clouds and paint the gray sky away. Finally, she saw the light stream over her grandfather's face. Usha was home, and so was the sun. Wow, that's a pretty amazing book. There we go. So what did you guys think of that one? I follow guitarist named Lizzy Bisaillon. She's fantastic. Oh. Hey, Gail. Hi, how are you? Oh, daughter call. That's always important. With a capital T. I am addicted to collage. I know, collage is just so much fun. It's amazing what you can just layer things on top of it. You're proud of me. Oh. All right. With one S. Just reading through what I'm catching up on everybody's. Julia's great. Larry's talking about Julia's work. Great work on your pours and your amazing vases. Yay. Gail's still sending prayers for your mom. We all are. Tam saying hi, back and forth. Oh yeah, it's really pretty. I'll show you one more time since Gail's just got here. This is Julia's, just for you, Gail. So this is Julia's 2 pours that she did, and then this is pours over vases. Very cool. Very, very cool. I love that. So that was that first book, Usha and the Stolen Sun. And it's just, I just love it. I like the simple aspect of the story, that it doesn't try to explain too much and doesn't try to, how the sun was blocked out or anything like that. But and especially that page where, right here, was this the smell of sunshine? Huh. And all how the change in the background to bring everything changes all along. Collage for these. Oh my goodness. All right, so the next story I have for you was written by, it's called There's a Tiger in the Garden. And it is by one person, written and illustrated by one person named Lizzy Stewart. Now, a lot of different things that she has right here. The Way to Treasure Island, There's a Tiger in the Garden, 2 stories, all different kinds of things that she has here of her portfolio on her front page. She talks about herself here. Here she is an illustrator and author based in London. She's written and illustrated 3 books for children and countless comics and zines. She teaches illustration at Goldsmith University and also taught courses at the Tate on the behalf of the National Portrait Gallery. Wow. She has a BA in illustration from Edinburgh College of Art in 2009 and an MA in communication design from Central St. Martin's in 2013. Her website is called About Today. And so that's a picture of her. So she is the author and illustrator of our next book. It is done. Let's see if she talks about the, I think it's artwork first. These, I think, are done in colored pencil. I think that's what this was with this one too. It was another one that was collage and colored pencil. Fun. Okay. So we go. There's a tiger in the garden. I'm moving this over here. Yay. By Lizzy Stewart. Oh, thank you. Oh, Larry, a hedge of protection. My good friend, oh gosh, Joanne, that was what she used to say. Wrapping people in a hedge of protection. I loved that. Not eating it. That's a fabulous. So this one is a little more, it's another grandparent combination. We had a granddaughter and a grandfather in the last one. And in this story, it's a granddaughter and a grandmother. And it's a little bit more whimsical than the other one, but it still has that beautiful idea of connection and a little imagination. Nora is, as I said, there's a tiger in the garden. Let me start over. Nora is bored. There's nothing to do here, Grandma, she says matter-of-factly. Jeff the giraffe is bored too. I love all these little... Why don't you play in the garden? Says Nora's grandmother. I thought I saw a tiger there earlier. A tiger? Asks Nora. There's no tiger in the garden. I'm too old for silly games. I'm sure I saw one, she replies. And dragonflies the size of birds and plants that can swallow you up whole. And a polar bear who likes fishing, but he's a bit grumpy. But most magnificent of all was the tiger. You and Jeff should take a look, if you don't believe me. She's being silly, Jeff, says Nora, standing outside in the garden. There's no tiger here. Just the same old boring garden with boring old plants and boring old whoosh. Whoa. Something whizzes past Nora's face. It's a dragonfly. Wow, says Nora. Well, Nora says to Jeff, there might be dragonflies as big as birds, but I know for a fact there aren't any plants that'll eat us whole or a grumpy polar bear. And there's definitely no tiger. Come on, Jeff, let's go home. Jeff? She pulls him back. The vines get Jeff. Oh, fine. So there are dragonflies the size of birds, and that bush definitely wanted to eat you, but I don't see any polar bear, and there's no sign of this ridiculous tiger anywhere. Come on, Jeff, let's go home.
Hello,
Says a gruff, grisly voice. Oh, hello, replies Nora.
I suppose you're looking for that wretched tiger, huh? Aren't you? Says the bull. Nobody ever comes looking for me.
Oh, not you as well, shouts Nora. There is no tiger living in my grandmother's garden. That is just ridiculous. Tigers live in the jungle, not in the garden. And even though there are dragonflies the size of birds and plants that want to eat us, and you are a very grumpy polar bear, there is absolutely, definitely, 100% no tiger? Says Nora.
Hello?
Says the tiger. Tigers don't live in gardens, says Nora. Are you real?
I don't know, says the tiger. Are you?
Nora thinks about this for a very long time. I don't know, she admits. How can you tell?
I'm not sure you can, says the tiger.
This makes Nora feel a bit funny.
I have an idea, says the tiger. If you believe in me, then maybe I'll be real.
And if you believe in me, says Nora, then maybe I'll be real too.
Deal, says the tiger.
Deal, agrees Nora.
Come on, says the tiger. I'll give you a ride home.
And so Nora and Jeff ride home on the tiger's back. They talk about breakfast and trampolines and the grumpy polar bear. He really is extraordinarily friendly for a tiger. Can I come and see you again? Asks Nora when they are near her house.
Well, of course, says the tiger. Whenever you want me, I'll be here.
Inside, Nora and Jeff sit down for dinner. There really is a tiger in the garden, isn't there? Says Nora.
I'm not sure,
replies Grandma. Perhaps it's only a ginger cat. It's hard to tell sometimes. No, says Nora. It's absolutely, definitely a tiger. And you know what?
What? Asks Grandma.
There's a mermaid in the bath.
And there's a tiger in the garden. I love that. The collage on this is so cool. There's a little worm down there.
And the rocks are out of little pieces too. Sketched in. So great combination of colored pencil and collage. I think it's just beautifully illustrated. Plus, it's a fun story about imagination. I gotta drink some more of my water. Yes, I'm going for the giant thing of water today. Let's see. Go up here. And what did... sun is a powerful healing light. I was sitting outside, went and sat outside a little bit while Bob was barbecuing hamburgers, and just the sun on my back felt so good. Feel like the teacher's pet. Gail! Oh, you guys. Talking to her giraffe. I know. And the giraffe's name is Jeff. I love it. Jeff the giraffe. Too old for silly games. I think oftentimes, yeah. What happens? When does that crossover happen where the imagination and kind of things, oh my gosh. I could still almost have kids, they always looking at me like, is it really Mrs. Shepherd-Con or is it Mrs. Shepherd? Until they were like fifth graders, they were like, and then by that fourth graders were pretty convinced, and fifth graders knew for sure, but they were like, but don't tell anybody, because I think they also thought they just had a delusional librarian, and that was kind of fun. Imagination. Yeah, imagination has to be, I think, one of the greatest gifts that we have. And to expand it and to use it and to take it to all kinds of levels of realms is just, words. Oh, thank you. Darling story. Okay, so Linda, where did C.S. Lewis say that imagination wasn't necessary? Because he was one of the biggest proponents of imagination in his books, and we wouldn't have the rest of the Lord of the Rings if it hadn't been for him encouraging his colleague Tolkien to continue writing him. I don't know that quote by C.S. Lewis. That looked like it is a 2-liter bottle, almost. It is 43 ounces, 1.25 liters. Crystal and sparkling spring water. I decided to go for it. I just needed to drink a lot of water. It's just strung out when I was little. It keeps me thinking young. Artists have to have it. You need that as an artist. Imagination was necessary. A typo. Okay. Phew! Linda, you rescued me there, girl, because I was like, what? I know. I've read many of his quotes, and I don't ever remember him talking like that. In fact, I remember listening to a lecture that he did that it was just the opposite. An old part of it. Pre-construction, but a valuable tool nevertheless. Very cool. All right, you guys. So there was one other thing I wanted to share and show you if I can find it. Where did I put it? Here, maybe it's in here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Today, no. There it is. This one, just a second. Okay. Stop. Ah. Okay. Stop. Pause. That's it. Okay. I am going to grab something here to show you. Ah, there it is. So I told you I put together that Wall-E thing, and I was going to show you how it worked. I'll just pull it in over here on top of this. There we go. Okay, back to live mode and cancel that. Okay, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that, what I was going to do there. Nope, I need it in a new scene. Well, I'll just do this. Right there, I'm going to add a scene, and then I'll pull this over. And put that up there. Okay, so back to live mode. Publish. Okay, so hopefully this will play. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Okay, maybe not. Let me just pull this over, get this to play. All right, and play. Oh, new. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. New animated overlay. That's what it was. Okay. I won't do that. Cancel. Fiddle-dee-dee. I wanted to show this to you. Why? Oh, maybe if I just do that. You guys are just very patient with me. iPad. And there we go. Oh, there's that. That's frozen there, and it is maybe not. That's frozen too. Well, fiddle. Okay, I have to show it to you tomorrow night. I was going to show you, I'll go back to this. Where am I? I was going to show you the video of me doing my putting my Wall-E together because Larry wanted to see it. It was a fun thing. But obviously, I didn't plan for it, and I didn't pull it in fast enough, so you got to see me fumble around there. And I'm going to put it on my list of how to figure out how to bring those, because I can bring in animated overlays, but, and that one is one, but I don't know. So it's on my list to figure it out. Something new for me to learn, and I'll get it done so I can show it to you tomorrow. That's all. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed those books. It was, your brain has trouble resting. Yeah, sometimes mine does too. I kind of have to go away sometimes to get it to mellow out, or just lose myself in a book that doesn't really take a lot of concentration. You know, one book that's you know what, either you know well enough that you can just read it again and again, or else it's not that deep of a book and you just go through and your mind can wander while you're reading. That's the only way I can get through it. All Night Wrestling with... Oh. All night because I'm a terrible sleeper. Wish it was because I sleep like a log. Once I fall asleep, I am out like a light. But it takes until I fall asleep. That's the issue there. It takes a bit to get me to fall asleep. Anyway, you guys, look for an entry that says something like media source. Yeah, it is the source. I have it there. And let me try one thing here. Here's the new scene. Go to this new scene. Source, go to blank. It should be blank. And then I was going to do a video file. That's what I need to do. I need to do a video file. That's what I did. I'll pull it in tomorrow. That's what I'll do. I'll pull in that video file. it's kind of fun. So, and we had, Aldo today was out. I posted a couple little shorts, I think, or Instagram reels or something. He was out, the deer were walking around and he was pretty on alert. And then there was this little tiny bird that was jumping around all over the place. And I was having fun today out on the walk. So everybody, thank you so much for being here with the stories. And I'm going to stop babbling because I'm obviously a little tired. And that's why I'm babbling so much. But with you guys, I can. And I am so glad you're, oh, Linda, I'm glad you're loving the books. These are a couple I pulled. I've got a couple more that I pulled from the library, and a couple of Sendak books that I brought from the library too. And when I start the Sendak part, I'll reference to a really cool YouTube video that you guys could watch on the art of Sendak and his life and what he did. It's pretty amazing what Maurice Sendak did. So for now, though, I'm going to close down Story and Art with a big thank you for being here with me, for being part of this journey, and for inviting me into your home each night so that I can share this literature and also just share the messages that it has, that connection and the art. I love it, and I hope it inspires you in some way or another and helps you find the beauty that's hidden in plain sight. Just go look for it. First place you'll find it, though, is in your mirror. I'll see you later.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feel alright, we won't go home, we will just stay
entertaining.
downtown.
Whether I mean to be or not.
On the boulevard, there in the light in your eyes.
Hey, Helen.
We don't need no black cards. I just
Ah.
need you by my side.
Yep.
We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous. We could be famous. You blow my mind, looking like a model, better than the usual. Yeah, you don't even try, not average or typical. I put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard. They're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards. I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous,
Thank you, Larry, for that. That's awesome.
with a love that leaves us weightless.
Helen came in to dance.
Gorgeous, wow. You got me feeling starstruck too.
Hey, Lupe. Betcha you're lurking.
We could be famous. We could be famous. We could be famous.
means